Hello everyone, I'm Chaz Bryant, and this is Carolina Warrior TV's an MMA Insiders recap of Hard Play 4. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. Two newcomers inside the cage. Featherweight Jeremy Cooper, he's an independent versus Joey Brannett. It'll be Jeremy Cooper getting the KO win in the third round.
Yeah, man, I'm tired, man. He put up a good fight. He bought it all. He about had me. He loosened up on the choke. He about had me with the choke. But I just got out and just did what I did.
How do you feel about going all three rounds there?
Oh, man. To be honest, I underestimated him a lot. But, you know, you can't never underestimate nobody, and that was my fault. But I'm glad I just came out with that victory.
Moving on, 170-pounder John Radford at a handbrake school in Rock Hill, South Carolina versus Kendall McGee. And it'll be Kendall McGee getting the KO in the first round. Moving on to the featherweight division, it's Rashad Hood. He's at 2-4 in the independent versus Paul Teague at 1-1. Back and forth they went. It'll be Paul Teague getting the win by split decision. Now moving on to some of the lighter weights, the 135-pound guys. Bryant Bullock at a highest, and he's got a record right now of 2-3 versus Caleb Lang. He's a newcomer at Ridge Point MMA. And late, very late, I would say even seconds left in the third round, Bryant Tucker Bullock gets a win by Kimura.
Bryant Tucker Bullock.
Sir, I mean, I hit him with some of the best shots I had, and he just kept coming and coming. But after every shot, every round, I could see him starting to fade, and I just knew my coaches was telling me, keep pushing, you'll get him, look for the finish, and that's what I did.
Moving on to the big boys at 205, it's Wayne Martin with a 2-0 record at a Team Rock versus Avery Evans. He's out of Rock Hill, South Carolina with Modern Warrior MMA. He's got one win. They went back and forth this one. Some good punches, some good stand-ups, some good groundwork. It'll be Wayne Martin getting the win by split decision.
Just before the 127, free runaway split decision, and still undefeated, fighting out of the blue corner, Wayne Martin.
Let's hop back into the 135-pound guys. It's Randy Ortiz at 2-2. He's at a highest in Charlotte versus Jose Davila. He's at 1-3 at a Superior Martial Arts. And this is another great fight. A lot of ground action going on here. But it'll be Randy Ortiz getting the win by unanimous decision. Big factor in going into this?
Yeah, like my teammate Taco Bullock, he grinded him out on the ground, so we wanted to mix it up. We wanted to.
Now moving on to the female fighters, it's Sri Pashwa at 3-0 out of Knoxville, Tennessee versus Erica Skaki. She's out of Modern Warrior MMA in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Also, this is her debut fight. And these two women put on a great show back and forth, but Erica picking up a little more momentum in the second and third rounds. Should win by split decision.
We go to the scorecard. Judge 1 scored this fight 29-28 to Shewa. Judge 2 scored this fight 29-28. Jackie. Judge 3 scored this fight 29-28. For your winner by split decision from the red corner.
You've been waiting a long time for this. How you feel now?
I feel awesome. I'm so happy right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm ecstatic. I worked so hard for this. Like so hard, and I wanted to win so bad.
Yeah, look like that. And now the fight for the vacant hard play MMA middleweight title. It's Clifton Davis at 3-0 versus Justin Hatcher at 4-5 out of Martinsville, Virginia. And Clifton does not play around. Very early in the first round, he comes in, gets the rear naked choke, and becomes the new champion of hard play MMA. Clifton Davis. Now moving on to the 135 bantamweight title. Billy Alexander is your champion. He's at Superior Martial Arts. He's at 3-0. He's taking on Austin Drake at 3-2 at Lexington. And a couple of shots, Billy Alexander takes him to the ground, and it's the guillotine choke that ensures Billy Alexander keeps the bantamweight title.
And I don't even know what to say right now, man. I'm so happy. It's been about 6 months since I fought, so I had a little bit of those jitters, man. I want to stay a little bit, keep my fights a little closer together so I can get rid of those jitters. I hit him with a big head kick in the beginning. Adrenaline was rushing. I thought it landed. I hit him. I saw his head turn back, and he smiled at me, so I knew it was going to be a battle.
In the final fight of the night, it's the pro fight versus Nick Garrett. He's making his pro debut inside the cage. He was a 6-2 amateur. He's out of Knoxville, Tennessee, taking on veteran Daniel Cherry. He's got a record of 1-5. This fight was sort of highlighted by the unusual stoppage early in the first round. Looks like the timekeeper actually didn't set the clock for the 5-minute round, so they stopped it in the fourth. And as you hear, a pretty interesting exchange. There was Nick Garrett, who had fun all night, laughing and joking inside the cage. Looked at a couple opportunities to get a couple submissions, but he let them go. But the guy enjoyed himself in his first pro fight, and he would get the win by unanimous decision.
Fighting out of the blue corner, Slick David Curtis.
Exciting, man. Just I wanted my first pro fight to go. It was, obviously I would have liked to have gotten a submission earlier and everything, but it was fun. It was good ring time. Fun guy. Daniel Terry, he's a cool guy. I talked to him before the fight, talked to him during the fight. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
All right, folks, that's been our video recap, highlights and interviews of Hard Play 4 in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Another great show put on by the Rucker Entertainment Group, and we thank them for the hospitality. Make sure you stay with us here on Carolina Warrior TV and also our friends at MMA Insider. I'm Chaz Bryant. Thank you, everyone.